Mike's Daily Podcast.
Episode 1769, 1769. I am your host, Mike Matthews, broadcasting from Café Anyway, located somewhere in Podcastro Valley, the last place on earth. At least I didn't have to make a super mega commute today. I just had to go from Podcastro Valley to Fremont. And then I am telling you that
Mike's Daily Podcast.
I'm telling you that because people make commutes every day that are just insane. And this is to them.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
Here's to you, America. Hey, I think I know what podcast picture I might go ahead and throw at you. It might be of a Christmas tree. It's that time of year. It affects you and me when we're all in the Christmassy mood, I think.
Mike's Daily Podcast.
You know, somebody was telling me about... Huh? What's that?
Mike's
Okay.
Daily
I think someone's
Podcast.
Facebook got hacked.
Yeah!
When you see it, that's bizarre. Okay. That's the kind of show I got. Oh, a Christmas party today. Company Christmas party today. That's awesome. Something about Christmas time. And I don't know what this is. Yeah, somebody got hacked. So, yeah, here's the thing. Is Facebook is not doing well because more and more of its security things are coming to light. This year has just sucked for Mark Zuckerberg. Ha! Zuck. It's zucked for him. And then the stock market yesterday. And then the Fed raising rates. And I'm surprised coming in I didn't hear more about that. And then today the date also happens to be the frequency of one of the radio stations I work for. And then all the judges that are, well, you had the guy in Texas who said that Obamacare was dead. You got the guy who was sentencing Michael Flynn that said, oh, you better hope I'm not sentencing you today, because you'll be in all kinds of trouble up in here, because this is Maine court, y'all.
And here's today's podcast picture.
I think I made a reference to a Saturday Night Live skit that you possibly have seen with Jason Sudeikis and Jamie Foxx. It's pretty funny. Jason Sudeikis does this awesome Colonel Sanders-like impression. The podcast picture is not of Jason Sudeikis, though. Even though I like to say Jason Sudeikis. I love how... So Adam McKay did some big, stupid movies that I loved. Like Anchorman... and the one with the Ricky Bobby. But he has lately done very serious movies in the past 5 years or so. He's all about... The Big Short was his, and now he's got this new one called Vice. And interesting thing that, because I just don't... He still gets people from the comedy world to be in his movies. He's got Steve Carell, but the comedians... The comedic actors do serious roles. And we've seen Steve Carell do serious roles before. But Adam McKay, I just don't like his... I know, I'm leaning negative. But Adam McKay has this thing about him that I don't like. It's this... he wrote parts of the first Ant-Man because he and Paul Rudd are really good friends. And so Marvel said, we need some help with the script, and Adam McKay probably made that movie better. But there's something about Adam McKay. I don't know what it is. I don't know, okay? But that's about it for... Oh, and they started Funny or Die. Him and Will Ferrell. They're really good friends, Will Ferrell. Adam McKay was on Saturday Night Live back in the day, and he actually appears in a funny... it's a spoof on all those bank commercials that tried to make themselves look like they were big, like they were strong, traditional, built on a foundation of trust. And they would have their people talking to the camera in the most pricey suits, and they would look all banky. and they would be, marble walls, marble floors, marble everything. And then they talk to the camera. If you come into our branch and ask for 4 quarters for $1, we can give you 4 quarters for $1. Or we could give you 10 dimes. Or we could give you 100 pennies. That's how we are, our bank. And then the font fades in for the bank. That was Adam McKay who did that. He was the banker guy. And so, on with the show. Lou Dobbs is a massive tool. So, Lou Dobbs does this thing. It's the Lou Dobbs Money Minute. And he is just so pro-Trump. Anything Trump does. How can you be... If you're in the money world, you can't be that happy with Trump right now. Because all the problems with the stock market the blame seems to lay on him picking the fight with China. And I know this one guy who's a really smart financial dude, and he says, well, all those trade deals we had to renegotiate anyway, because they were old and they were dated, and a lot of our own companies were getting hurt anyway. Well, the whole world's going into recession now. And whether you like it or not, whether you think it's fair or not, Trump's face is attached. It's pinned right onto that recession happening around the world. So that's what's happening. And then the Fed raised interest rates, which made a bunch of financial nervous, even though the Janet Yellen bashing went on and on and on. I remember when Obama was president, all these white men couldn't help but just bash the strong leader of the Fed, Janet Yellen. And we had some good times financially with her. And yet, people were bashing her. Oh, she's got to raise interest rates. She's not raising interest rates. Look, she's keeping them so low. Oh, it's because Obama picked her. Oh, whatever. I don't know. They just went on and on about her. And now what do they say? Now they miss her, probably. Oh, the podcast picture is of this house in Greenridge in Podcaster Valley, where this nice couple has put up all of these amazing, crazy, brightly lit, Christmassy stuff on their front lawn. And you can see that picture at Mike'sDailyPodcast.com. As we go outside of Café Anyway, we're bringing Mike's Daily Podcast somewhere in Podcaster Valley. Let me take off my hat. Oh, my head is so warm. Urgh. It is hard to do a podcast, a very serious podcast, when you have a very warm head. And your head gets so warm, it's telling you, Mike, go back to sleep. Mike. Lou Dobbs is a massive tool. Lou Dobbs.
Anything Trump does, I agree with. I think Trump can do anything, and it was all Obama's fault that anything that happened was terrible. I'm Lou Dobbs.
That's not even funny.
Well, there are a couple people here at Café Anyway we haven't said hi to yet, and I feel as if we owe them a little bit of a hi to them. Hi, Mike. It's Benita the Rodeo Queen. How y'all doing? I brought my horse Dilly.
It's disgruntled fiddle player, tell you what.
What?
This show has been all over the place today, Mike. I think you could have tightened up and been a little bit better with it.
Yeah, maybe. Thing is, I just don't like the Yellen haters. The people that were hating on Yellen because she was a woman.
Yeah, well, she's a woman. Hear her yelling. Roar.
Uh-huh. Okay, see, I think that was worth listening all the way to the end of the show to hear. And look who else is here as we're wrapping up the show.
Oh, Mike, I make the delicious root beer. I'm the brewmaster. Oh, boy, have some right now. I'll cut you.
That's okay. Oh, I mean, I'll have some right now. Hey, I said I was going to drink some. Well, so the Russian probe thing, as we wrap up the show, I know I just jumped into a heavy topic. The Russian probe. Well, so Mueller has pointed out that Russia had influence on Facebook. Oh, God. I'm just So the fact that somebody that I know who never ever goes on Facebook and their Facebook got hacked and some weird thing just got posted on it, that just shows to me what crap Facebook is. That being said, facebook.com/Mike Talks is where you can find me, or the Facebook page for Mike's Daily Podcast, facebook.com/Mike's Daily Podcast. But yeah, Mark Zuckerberg has really messed this thing up. I'm glad I don't own stock in Facebook.
Drop the just Facebook.
You know, we have a basic responsibility to protect people's data, and if we can't do that, then we don't deserve to have the opportunity to serve people.
So the Russian strategy of getting Trump elected, gee, I wonder what Trump thinks about the Russians.
I say it's better to get along with Russia than not.
And they did that by telling African Americans who, from their research, they said, oh, they are going to vote for Hillary Clinton.
I'm now back to being an activist citizen and part of the resistance.
They told the African Americans in their Facebook feed, oh, don't even go out and vote. Since Bernie isn't up for, isn't one of the candidates you can vote for, it's just Hillary, and Hillary's crooked, and it just don't go out and vote, because it's all messed up. The whole system's messed up. Well, yeah, that got Trump elected. Well, yeah. Yeah, I think we need to hear Elizabeth Warren.
America elected Donald Trump. And yeah, the Russians helped.
Never, ever, ever listen to anything anyone posts on Facebook. Oh, wait a minute. I post my podcast on Facebook. But never, ever listen to anyone that says, stay home, don't vote. Somebody put up this wonderful poster on the front of their store. I forget where I saw this. I think in Oakland somewhere. It said, stay home and don't vote. This is what you get. And there's a picture of Trump. This is what you get. It's true. If you don't go out and vote, you can't complain. This guy, I know his name's Dalton. Oops. This guy, I know his name is Frank. He said to me, I'm not going to go out and vote. I'm just not going to vote because I'm a millennial and I'm not going to vote. Well, after Trump got elected, he was freaking out and posting every day on Facebook. How could this happen? What's happening now? I don't know what's happening. Oh, I'm a millennial.
Right? God.
Finally, I have written here something that I'm ending the show with. Knew someone that thought it meant something if he was Taylor Swift's Facebook friend. Okay, there's someone that I know who he goes, yeah, I'm Taylor Swift's friend on Facebook. Well, all you got to do is request a friend request with Taylor Swift, and she's your friend. I don't know why he thought it was such a big deal. Oh my God, I'm Taylor Swift's best friend because we were on Facebook. We're on Facebook. Yeah. No, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. And we'll end the show with them.
That's not how it works.
And these lovely ladies that point out.
That's not how any of this works.
Next show, it'll be Madame Rutabaga Valentino and Bison Bentley. Thank you for listening.
Mike's Daily Podcast is written and produced and performed by Mike Matthews. His podcast is super easy to find. Download or listen to his show and read his blog at mikesdailypodcast.com. Email Mike now at mikesdailypodcast@gmail.com. See you tomorrow. Bye!